What up, Camp Folk? That means it's time. What's happening with your faith and Dr. Banu? Look here, family. I'm gonna make this real quick, and this should be about 10 minutes. Okay? No, I'm sorry. This will be about a 15-minute video presentation. Um, this is something I have went over before. People just don't seem to get it, and they're still challenging me on this Queen T uh, 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 um, representation, this bust, um, this you would a statue carving of her, and they just don't want to let go. So once I prove something without a shadow of a doubt, right, and I see people still buck against it, still in denial, and they don't go forth and teach what I taught to the people and clarify with the people, then that just means that they have an agenda and that they are basically just lying, flat out lying. Because I know you've seen the proof, but you refuse to teach it because you want everyone to still believe that Queen T, her lineage, her ancestors, and her offspring is black. That is not an afro on the bust of Queen T. Let me show you. Hold on. So let's be clear, family. This, what we're looking at, is not an afro. That's my claim, and I can prove so. And if anyone's watching this video and they teach otherwise, from now on, that person is deceitful, disingenuous, and an intentional liar. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. In this circle that I'm in, everyone should know already, right? So let's go ahead and start. I don't have all night tonight. Where do I want to start? Let me start here because I proved this to them. I just want to show you this video of these people trying to clown and cry and put my name in titles thinking they can defeat me intellectually, right? So whoever's listening, let me see an 8 in the chat if I'm heard good before I continue to go on and waste my time. Faith of Dr. Banu, put an 8 in the chat. Or anyone listening, put an 8 in the chat. Okay, so that just means my haters are listening only. And they can't type nothing. Okay, thank you, Faith. So the other uh, uh, 10 or so people listening are the haters and the opposition who can't show that they're watching. Okay, let's go. Let me redo this so I make sure I have everything straight. Okay, present, share my screen. Let me share system audio. Bam, bam. Here we go. So let me just start off here. They're trying to clown after I didn't taught them already, but we're going to redo this.
No, listen,
I'm going to
slow
do a
down,
screen
y'all.
share right quick. I want to do a screen share right quick.
No, hold on. What I'm
Because he
saying
said
is,
this person was white.
no.
He said this person was
Listen,
white.
slow down.
Here.
I'm saying
He
I
said
would
this
love to
woman,
engage
this
in.
woman right here was white. He said Queen T. He told us she was white. This is what he
No,
told
no, I
us.
didn't say that. I didn't say
You
that,
said
Chris
that in
Harris.
your debate
I
live
did
on
never said
the
that, Chris
Yes, you
Harris.
did.
Wait,
You
hold
said
on,
she
hold
was
on.
No, let me
white.
clarify what I
You
said.
said that
Okay,
this
what?
afro on her was a
No, I
wig.
didn't.
You
Hold
said
on,
she
hold
was
on.
No, let me
white.
clarify what
Hold
I
on.
You
said.
said that
Okay,
this
what?
afro on her was a
No, I
wig.
didn't say that.
Okay, so I had to clarify this guy was lying on me and he calls it an afro. So we're clear that both Shaka Ndgu and Chris Harris are co-signing each other that it's an afro. Let's show and prove, Chief X. This is a Queen T bust. It's made of wood, Yale wood. I think you spell it Yew wood. So let's be clear. When someone says, show me Queen T, I show them Queen T. 95% of the people don't show them Queen T. They show them a piece of wood. This isn't Queen T. This is a bust of Queen T. And as you see, those two holes right there, clear as day, tells you it's not hair, and it tells you it's a head dress. Okay? It's not hair, it's not an afro, and anyone repeating that is habitually lying. Okay? It's an afro with these two holes where a uraeus, the little snake serpent, where the uraeus was at, hooked in, that's broke off. Okay? Are we clear? So you can remove this entire headdress. It's not an afro. Let's continue. If someone said, Chief X, show me Queen T, why would I go to a bust? Hold on. Let's be clear. If someone said, Chief X, show me Queen T, why would I go to the bust? Now, I can show, I would show, me personally, I would show different images of her so you can get the totality of the images of her. And then you can make a decision in your head on what she is. Was it a wig? Not a wig. A headdress or not, right? Was she dark skinned or was she light? Okay? Now, let me show you Queen T if someone to ask me. That's Queen T. Literally. This is her body and her hair. As you see, she has that loose, long, straight hair. She don't have the kinky hair like my Halpry. I'm showing you Queen T. I'm not tricking you and showing you a wooden bust and then not telling you it's a wooden bust. I'm showing you the woman right here in her straight hair. That's Queen T. Now, let's continue on. Bam. This is a portrait head of Queen T with a crown of two feathers. He said, what? The Khan Institute said, what? With a crown of two feathers. Okay. One second. Now, this is the crown on her headdress. They're not going to have a crown on her afro. It's on the headdress. Excuse me. What did I call it? The two horn. Hold on now. Let me show you this. Now, do you see those blue beads? Those blue, shiny, colorful beads. Most Afrocentrics will never show you that, and they've never even taught on what those blue beads are on this headdress, not Afro. This is a side of it. You guys only been looking at the front, right? Let me show you what those beads would be. Here's another view, right? And you see those beads on the top right. Okay, you see it right there on the top right. Okay, because someone may have asked you, what are those beads doing if it's an Afro? So they never show you that, although they know it. Now, let me show you what it would look like if the beads weren't knocked off the headdress. It would look something like this. Decorative headdresses, not hairs. As you see, they have the uraeus on their headdress, and you can pull that thing right on off, right? So on the left, you can see the circle and the beads. This is what it looked like before it was all damaged. Okay? This blue is not hair. It's a decorative headdress. And on top, as you see, she has the horns also, the cow horns also. Just like Queen T has the horn. Now, as you see, this is Queen T literally. That ain't you. That's Caucasian hair. That's what the fuck was under the headdress. This Caucasian hair. Oh my God, Ronan. Hold on, y'all. I've been stopped in my tracks 2 nights in a row. Right? So no Afrocentric ever explained this to you and gave you this clarity. Chief X did. Ask these cats why they lying. Why they've been lying for decades. Now, Ronan, I appreciate you. Give me a second. Now, where did I want to go? Let's do this. Appreciate you, Ronan. Appreciate the other guy who hooked me up yesterday with a donation. I appreciate anything. I appreciate $1, $2. You know what I mean? Um, I do the best I can. So I just got to let you know I'm very, 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 very appreciative. Okay. Now, we're gonna also, along with showing her fossil remains, we're gonna double down and talk about Queen T's DNA in her family. I prove all things. I don't run my mouth. Okay, so let's do this. I've went through here before because they don't have a lot of DNA tested mummies. Okay, let me share my screen. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. It's a little delay on my tablet. Let me see if it's sharing right. Information, man. So I sure enough appreciate you too, bro. I appreciate you too. Oh my God, y'all so kind to me tonight. Now, let me blow this up. I've showed this before. Most of these cats have seen it. This is a list of DNA tested mummies. They don't have a lot of mummies tested, but they do have a certain family tested, and that's Queen T's family, King Tut, Yuya, Thuya, right? Check it out. So when you scroll down, they have Thuya right here, if you can see clearly. Thuya was an Egyptian noblewoman. Her DNA's there. Yuya, DNA's there, right? And Queen T. Let's go. So let me lay on it so you know. Bam. Queen T is DNA. And what does it say right here? Queen T was the daughter of Yuya and Thuya. Remember those names. Queen T was the daughter of Yuya and Thuya. She became a great royal wife of the Egyptian pharaoh Amenhotep III. Listen to what I'm saying. She became the great royal wife of the Egyptian pharaoh Amenhotep III. She was the mother of Akhenaten. She's the grandmother of King Tut, Tutankhamun. Understand this. We can go through her whole family line. And you want to see a picture of Amenhotep III? It's the picture of Shaka Ndgu Kemet has in the background of his head. That's Amenhotep III. So we're going to show you that he's been honoring and praising and representing a Caucasian. But he knows this because I taught him it before. But he refuses to change and say, hey, I learned something new, or hey, I was wrong. Right? Let's go. So we're going to click slide over and go to T. T's right here, as you see, right? Okay. Let's slide on over. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Okay, wait a minute. I lost my space. Okay, I think I blew it up too much. Hold on. Okay, so first, so you can see they have the name, the location, date lived, mitochondrial DNA, mtDNA, and Y-DNA haplogroup. mtDNA, mitochondrial DNA, is your mother's line, the woman's line. The Y haplogroup is like the male father line, okay? Which I don't put stock in Y haplogroups. I lean more towards the mother's line, mtDNA, right? So let's scroll on down. We have Queen T here, right? Slide on over. What is Queen T? Queen T is K. Haplogroup K we have here, ladies and gentlemen. Origin, West Asia. That means her ancestral origins are Caucasoid. West Asians, Arabs, Berbers are in the category of the obsolete, listen, the obsolete category in physical anthropology of Caucasoid, Caucasian, period. That's her haplogroup K. Now, let me scroll down. King Tut, right there, King Tut. King Tut is also haplogroup K, and he's what? R1b. Chief X, what is R1b? Okay, let's go. I showed you what K was, West Asian. Haplogroup RB1B is basically the same shit. Haplogroup RB, it's most frequently occurring like I said, the Y chromosome is the father. The patrilineal lineage is Western Europe, as well as some parts of Russia, pockets of Central Africa, and they got in parentheses Chad, which is basically kind of a North Africa area. What else does it say? Speaking minority groups, the clad is also present at lower frequencies throughout Eastern Europe, Western Asia, as well as parts of North Africa, South Asia, and Central Asia. And it just breaks it all down. It has been found in Bahrain, India, Nepal, Bhutan. According to ancient DNA studies, most R1A and R1B lineages would have expanded from the what? Caspian Sea, Caucasus area, along with Indo-European languages. Okay, this has nothing to do with sub-Saharan Africa, but I do see Cameroon listed in Cameroon in parentheses. Okay, the Chadic-speaking people of Cameroon. Excuse me, that's what it's saying. Okay, so this is basically saying, look, West Asia, Eurasia, or Europe. Let me blow us up. So you can see, I'm not just running my mouth. Wait a minute, where am I at? I done lost my spot. Hold on. Let me make it smaller. What I say I was going to be 15 minutes? I'm way past that. Okay, but as you see right here, it says possible place West Asia, North Eurasia, or Eastern Eurasia. Queen T, King Tut, Amenhotep III, Yuya, Thuya, they're all Caucasoid people. Although they're African, but I'm just telling you their ancestral background, right? Let's continue on, because I'm not done spanking these dudes. Where do I want to go? Bam! Right here, they're telling you, let me blow it up so you can see. Maternal and paternal lineages of who, excuse me, in King Tut's family, right? Abstract. In this study, the analysis of mitochondrial and Y chromosomal haplogroup was used to provide this information, basically, it's saying, right? Of the groups of what? King Tut's family members and the presence among the reported contemporary Egyptian population data. So they're relating it to the current and present contemporary Egyptian population. And what does it say? Let's scroll on down. R1B. R1B, which I just showed you. Population genetics point to a common origin years before present, locating to what? The Near East. Not sub-Saharan Africa. It says the Near East. She's Caucasoid. She has Caucasoid hair. And I'm proving it every which way with DNA, archaeology. Where else did we want to go? Okay, let's do this. Bam. Hello. Ain't this the picture he has of Amenhotep? Now, it's in the Louvre Museum, this picture. But he even has on a headdress. This is not an afro. You see the snake, excuse me, the uraeus poking out of it. You can rip this motherfucking thing off. And on the walls in Egypt, this is in a museum and it's a pieced up, I don't know how to explain it. They pieced it up from something they kind of peeled it off of. It's hard to explain. But on the walls in Egypt, he's much lighter. I'll show you that shortly. So this is like the family tree. As you see, it says maternal, paternal lineages, and King Tutankhamun's family, right? Look who he's next to. Him, because they said she was married to him, right? Did you guys remember? Okay. They're related to Yuya and Thuya. You remember I said that? I said, remember all these names. Akhenaten, and they go King Tut. This is the branch. Don't let these cats lie to you no more. Yuya, Thuya, Amenhotep, Akhenaten. Yuya, Thuya, Amenhotep III, Akhenaten. Remember these names. Yuya, Thuya, Amenhotep III, and Akhenaten. Let's go. They're Western Asian people. So, let me go here. That's a beautiful picture, though, by the way. Right, ain't it? Oops. I'm slipping and forgetting something. Hold on. Let's do this. Let me see if we can hear this. Is this Dr. Beth and Dr. Steven talking? Let's see. Hold on. Yeah. She's the doctor's going to explain it to you. Don't listen. Just listen to me. This is 2 minutes. Bear with me.
One of the most interesting women in all of Egyptian history, began her life as the daughter of a bureaucrat, but would marry the pharaoh of Egypt. She would then be demoted upon his death and would simply be the queen mother. But her son would then elevate her status substantially.
Let me pause this and so you can hear. I'm telling you they're a family. These doctors are going to tell you they're family. Let's go.
One of the most interesting women in all of Egyptian history, began her life as the daughter of a bureaucrat, but would marry the pharaoh of Egypt. She would then be
She married Amenhotep III, you see?
demoted upon his death and would simply be the queen mother. But her son would then elevate her status substantially, making her divine, making her a goddess.
So much of that history can be seen in this tiny sculpture of Queen Tiye.
There's a clear sense of her nobility, even though she began in a relatively modest way as a commoner, although with fairly high status. She looks out and past us here, and there's no doubt she's a queen. She's completely unapproachable.
And we may also be getting a sense here of what she looked like. There seem to be some individual characteristics. She seems to be a little bit older. We can see lines extending below her nose on either side of her cheek, and there are some distinctive facial characteristics. So perhaps we have a little bit of a window into what she really looked like.
The face and neck are made out of yew wood, this beautiful dark wood. The eyes are made out of...
Really looked like.
The face and neck are made out of yew wood, this beautiful dark wood.
Window into what she really looked like.
The face and neck are made out of yew wood, this beautiful dark wood.
It's wood, family. God damn. Just because somebody uses wood, Yale wood, dark wood, as the doctors say, as the experts say, it's not always representing their skin color. It's just wood they made a carving of and put a fake headdress on it, people.
The eyes are made out of ebony and alabaster. The face and neck are made out of yew wood, this beautiful dark wood. The eyes are made out of ebony and alabaster. And then there's some other materials as well. Gold and some of the semi-precious stone, lapis lazuli, is visible just under that head.
Pause. He says lapis lazuli. That's the name of that pretty blue. That comes out of, does it come out of Anatolia? Iran? I may have it mixed up. But it comes out the Near East. That material. And that's where she's from.
That seems to have been chipped away. precious stone, lapis lazuli, is visible just under that headdress that seems to have been chipped away.
That's right. What we're seeing are, in fact, evidence of these changes in TA's life. Underneath the headdress that we see her in now, changes in TA's life. Underneath the headdress that we see her in now would have been TA's life. Underneath the headdress that we see her in now.
The expert said headdress. No longer let these cats tell you it's an afro. It's not an afro.
Would have been a TA's life. Underneath the headdress that we see her in now would have been a gold headdress that signified her status as the queen, as the wife of the pharaoh. And we can also see that in the 2 gold clips that we see on.
Wait a minute. She said underneath this headdress would be a gold headdress. Damn.
The wife of the pharaoh. Gold headdress. Underneath the headdress that we see her in now would have been a gold headdress that signified her status as the queen, as the wife of the pharaoh. And we can also see that in the 2 gold clips that we see on the forehead that are evidence of where that crown would have been worn.
There would have been a cobra placed there, the insignia of royalty. That was presumably removed when her husband died. There, the insignia of royalty. That was presumably
This same cobra
removed. Would have been a cobra.
is the same thing on the headdress of Amenhotep III that these other people like Shaka Ndgu, the channel Maat forever, is acting like it's an afro. No, that's also headdress.
Placed there, the insignia of royalty. That was presumably removed when her husband died, and she actually fell in status to that of Queen Mother.
But she was so important and so smart, and her son depended on her so much that in order to have her be able to actively participate in politics and the affairs of the royal court, he elevated her status to one of a goddess.
And that's when this headdress would have been added. This would have been spectacular when it was first made. Now it simply looks a little bulbous, but if you look a little bit to the back right of the skull, you can just make out some brilliant blue faience beads that catch the light and really shimmer. That would have covered the entire headdress, and so she would have looked regal and almost really shimmer. That would have covered the entire headdress, and so she would have beads that catch the light and the skull. You can just make out some brilliant blue faience beads that catch the light and really shimmer. That would have covered the entire headdress, and so she would have
It would have covered the entire what? The entire headdress. All these dudes owe me an apology.
looked regal and almost celestial, appropriate to a goddess. And so she would have looked regal and almost celestial.
He said she would have looked regal and almost celestial if that shit wasn't chipped off the headdress. It was never an afro. Actually, it's a quet crown. If someone in the chat can help me out, quet, I don't know if it's spelled K-H-E-T. I might be saying it wrong, but I know it starts with a K. Quet crown. I should have had an image on here to show you what a quet crown looked like. Correct me if you know, Dr. Banu.
Appropriate to a goddess.
Her headdress extends upward where we see horns, a solar disk, and 2 feathers. Now that solar disk may refer to the religion founded by her son, Akhenaten. Akhenaten got rid of Egypt's traditional polytheistic religion and established a monotheistic religion centered around Aten, who was symbolized by the sun.
This sculpture really does give us a sense of her importance, her power, her son's respect for her, and gives us just a little glimpse into the complexity of Egyptian life at this high station.
Go ahead, Khan and Khan Institute. Teach! That's by Dr. Beth Harris and Dr. Steven Zucker. Look them up. Case is closed. They got the pictures here also on this site. Get out of here. So remember he said if it was all on there, it would look beautiful and it would look celestial. Now these aren't, I don't think these beads are as fabulous. But I don't know if this is true. When I came across this site, right? And they're showing these two busts. I don't know where they come from. I've never really seen them. So, but at the bottom it says ancient Egyptian sculptures of Queen T wearing different royal headdresses. I've never seen that, so I don't want to make this claim, but I'm just showing you what it says down here. Let me blow it up so you can see. So someone can tell me maybe the legitimacy of it. You see? Oh, I didn't even see this. Right here. Look. Archaeological, excuse me. Archaeological genetic analysis of Queen T's mummy indicates that she bore the mtMDNA haplogroup K, a European Neolithic associated maternal lineage. Uh-oh. Archaeogenetic analysis. They putting together archaeology and genetic analysis of Queen T's mummy indicates that she bore the MT haplogroup, mtDNA, the maternal line haplogroup K, a European Neolithic associated maternal lineage. Bam. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Let's get back. Cats is mad now. Wait a minute. How much plainer can I make it? I'm trying to see if I showed you every image I wanted to show you. Hold on. Hey, remember I told you how the Egyptians painted the women white or yellow, and the men were either red ochre? Yeah, right here. You can see, for example, on here. Let me move it up. Hold on. The daddy and the son are red ochre. The mama and the daughter is pale. That's how you know Egyptians is Caucasian also. You know why? When you compare to the Nubian women in the iconography of ancient Egypt, the Nubian women are 100% always pitch black or dark brown. They're never yellow and white like the Egyptian women. The Nubian women are black. The Egyptian women are not. Even on this part, you see the woman on the right, she's all pale and he's brown. This is how they done their artwork. Ask them why. There's a story to it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just what it is. What else I wanted to show? Oh, let me show this because somebody was talking that shit. And I told them I've done I had a presentation 5 years ago on the Moors, the Tuareg, North African Berbers, right? And I said if you see a black Berber, or if you thought it was a black Moor, he was a slave of a Berber, right? And people try to say, oh, the Haritans are North African, the Haritans are I said, no, if the Haritans are low class, they would be a slave or servant in North Africa. And they got them from sub-Saharan Africa. So let me just blow this up. I'm off the subject now, but just let me show you. Tamazic word for slave, which is interchangeable with black and also Haritan. You see? Haritan right there? Right? So as Becker noted, the Ishkan formed a separate subgroup as a result of their being descended from slaves. So them Tuareg, most of y'all see, the Tuareg are a nomadic tribe. So sometimes the Tuareg are probably the most dark, but they're an anomaly tribe. They're an outlier tribe. So that's why you hear Afrocentric always mention the Tuareg. Why they always mention the outlier tribe? A rare tribe, maybe 100. They want to focus on the one that just most looks. So the Tuareg, they was enslaving sub-Saharan Africans, but they would take on the sub-Saharan African women as concubines and had babies with them. And they grew up in generation. They have mixed sub-Saharan African and North African babies. They mixed. They're Berber and sub-Saharan African mixed. And they have allegiance to their daddy, the Arab or the Berber. And for generations, they're born in generations of servants. So if you see a black or a dark one, they're usually a servant who was born into generations of it. Okay? It was something else before I come back. Bam! There you go. Uh-oh. Why they didn't show you this? That's Queen T right there. Why the Afrocentrics don't show you this and say, hey, this Queen T? And as you see, the red ochre on the man and the woman is either pale or yellow. You was just looking at a piece of wood. That's why it was brown. But this is how they depicted their women, pale or yellow, and the men were depicted red ochre. There's a reason for that. I don't want to go all into it because I may not know it all. But something to the fact that the men were working outside and the women were inside. So this is how they did the art. Also to just kind of distinguish and have a difference, you know what I mean? And a contrast. It was an art thing. But you'll never see Nubian women like this because Egyptians wasn't black. Why they don't say, here go Queen T? Because they got an agenda. They don't say, this is Queen T, because that'll fuck up their agenda. Tell the truth. Queen T. Why they didn't say that? Why they didn't, you know what I mean? What's wrong? See the dark man and the light woman? Yeah, just like this. In stone. Why the Afrocentrics don't have none of this on their book covers and shit, huh? Why they cherry picking? The men are dark, the ladies are light. Hey, but the Nubian ladies ain't light. They sure distinguish them. Because they black and the Egyptians wasn't black. Let me come on back to y'all. Ronan, again, I appreciate you. Wait a minute. Why is it two different colors? Wait a minute. Ronan, I appreciate you. Hey, information man, I really appreciate you. What you say, Dr. Banu? Got me going crazy. Oh, man. I was showed out on this one. So, you just not going to be able to refute nothing like this. The archaeology is on my side. The genetics is on my side. And the experts, the PhDs, is on my side. The PhDs in the field is on my side. So, next time you talk to these guys, hey, Chief X proved his goddamn point. You niggas got to go over there and get and apologize to Chief X. Or share his video and play it so you can teach other black folk and wake them up. But guess what? They don't want to wake you up. proof. Right? Y'all like my leather jacket? Sometimes I be sitting on a, but I stepped out and made a run. I threw on my Laker hat with the purple and gold. You don't see the purple and gold? The LA hat with the purple and gold and the fly bomber jacket with the salt and pepper on them. Let me stop. Okay, so just a recap if you came in here late. Chris Harris, Reggie, brother Reggie in New York, Smash Rockwell, Shaka Ndgu of the Maat Forever channel, and the rest of these Afrocentrics. You just been ragdolled. The God Best has came back and reincarnated to tell the truth. The God Best has came back and reincarnated just like Jesus. What they say? Jesus is coming back like a thief in the night. You know what that means? That means Jesus is going to be amongst you, in the midst of you, creeping, laying low. He might be somebody you met or even talked to. You don't know. He came back like a thief in the night, creeping and in silence and incognito. I am that Jesus that came back to tell you the truth and bring you guys back home to West and Central Africa. Come on back home to West and Central Africa. We got you. Ghana got Oh man, I'm just clowning like a motherfucker. So how long I've been on here? I said I promise this is gonna be 15, 20 minutes. And here it is, 55 minutes. You know what I'm saying? What you laughing at me for, Donnie Williams? Yeah, man. So this is just a good lesson about Queen T and the genetics of Queen T and about their entire family, which include, oh, wait a minute, let me do this. We seen Queen T's hair. We seen you know what? Y'all can go back to my other lectures. I showed you Yuya and Thuya, who are grandparents, and I showed you their graves, and you've seen their hair. I've showed you 20 times before. That blonde, straight Caucasian hair on their mummies. Their whole family got Caucasian hair mummies. Their whole family is West Asian. Hold on, we got to go out to something. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Wait a minute. We got to go out to the jam. Family, we got to go out right. Hold on. We got to go out on our favorite song. Hold on. The right time, tuxedo. That's that tuxedo. The right time. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if somebody want to come on and talk for a minute. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna jam for a minute. Give me 2 minutes. Hey, I pinned the link. If somebody want to come on for a second before we get out of here.
Way you do, I'll never find another one like you. Na 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 na. Shower me with your love. Now I can't get enough. Na 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 na. So if you want me to, then baby say I do. I'll give it all to you.
One thing that won't happen is them cats gonna act like this video don't exist. They gonna probably see it in the morning when they get up. It's late.
Take this party to the next spot. Shining like a light in the nighttime. Loving everything that you got. Thinking that it might be the right time. Take this party to the next spot. Alright, okay. I never felt this way. Okay, alright. Let's get it on tonight. Alright, okay. I never felt this way. Okay, alright. Let's get it on tonight. Shining like a light in the nighttime. Loving everything that you got. Thinking that it might be the right time. Take this party to the next spot. Shining like a light in the nighttime. Loving everything that you got. Thinking that it might be the right time. Take this party to the next spot. Shining like a light in the nighttime. Loving everything that you got. Thinking that it might be the right time. Take this party to the next spot. Shining like a light in the nighttime. Loving everything that you got. Thinking that it might be the right time. Take this party to the next spot. Shining like a light in the nighttime. Loving everything that you got. Thinking that it might be the right time. Take this party to the next spot. Alright, okay. I never felt this way. Okay, alright. Let's get it.
I'm sorry, that was my jam, bro. I was in my. What's up, Luxu? I never heard of you, seen you, but I said somebody bold to come on. Let me bring him on and see what he got to say. What's happening? How you doing?
I was on here one time before with Ngozi.
Oh yeah,
I was like, yeah, yeah.
I gotta leave
So,
drugs alone, bro. I gotta leave that shit alone, man.
you're not the only one. But they over there at university right now arguing about science.
Right now?
I think right now.
Oh, Sonata
Yeah,
University. Oh, okay.
yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. I did see a lot. They was live about something. What I mean,
They was on studios first.
well,
And I think they just switched over.
what is that? Is they have any specific subject or specific thing like
Kind of piggybacking off the topic they had the other day. Somebody was
religion?
yeah, like science or whatever, and they try to say no link between the two, whatever. So
You know what's
now,
weird?
now,
You know what's weird though, when you really think about it, the fact that you have a community considered or so-called, for lack of a better word, conscious community, and the fact that they're discussing sometimes science in general. Like, niggas, you don't know you need science, and that's not a good thing. I like that you got to go back and forth about science with niggas. Like, who does that?
well,
But go ahead.
they're arguing with cats that are trying to prove their spiritual beliefs, their concepts, and science, and then you have and like Chris Harris from that you can't use the two, which I kind of disagree with, but they just that's just that whole. I know that they go by like mainstream academia, and then some people who lean more towards spirituality, they have to kind of go towards alternative academia because a lot of mainstream academia doesn't really get into like the spiritual metaphysical aspect of things. Even though there's information for it, study for it, it's typically categorized as alternative or pseudo, if you want to say give it a negative content. But to be pseudo is to be disingenuous or to present something that's fake. So in my opinion, a lot of the cats community are pseudo by definition. Because even though they use information, they use it in a disingenuous manner. So to my opinion, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're arguing about over there. You can't use science, you can't use it to. And some people are arguing that they use the same and that they changed it, they separated it. So that's their little debate they're having.
Are you on a speaker? Because I had to mute myself so they can hear clearly. Because people are saying it's echoey. Are you on like speakerphone?
Yeah. Let me see.
Or you guys just speak directly into whatever mic you into? You must got some wind blowing or something. Hey, did you get a chance to watch this from the beginning?
No, I didn't see it.
So you missed the presentation.
Yeah. I just see that you were on. So I kind of got I think you were on earlier.
Oh man, I gave a powerful presentation about Queen T. I really think you should check it out.
I'm gonna check it out. I usually check up all your stuff, bro.
Huh?
I look at all your videos.
Oh, okay.
For the most part.
Okay.
So I've been for like 2 years now.
Like put somebody live I like or something, I'm like, oh, they live. So I just go rewind that motherfucker right away and start watching it.
Let's check it out though. I just want
they be finished streaming. I'm still watching this shit for the next hour, another hour and shit. All right, bro.
Yeah, bro. I
remember you now because you when it goes around, we was talking and I brought up and I asked you your ethnicity and stuff. It came back to me.
Also, I have a question on Facebook. I don't remember when I had to post the Caucasian.
Maybe, but a lot of times I get restricted on Facebook, and I get 30 days every time I get restriction. I just got off restriction 2 days ago from 30 days, so I'm gonna have to start checking my. I'm gonna check my friend requests. I'm gonna check them all in the morning and accept friends and shit.
All right, bro. Well, look, man. You have a good night.
All right, you too, bro. Be cool. Appreciate you.
Peace.
Okay, family. So I think that was his sound. But anyway, that was it. I just wanted to present on Queen T. It's really irrefutable. And from now on, these cats got to correct themselves. It's okay. I used to say Queen T looked just like my mama. And she did by that bust. But I never got into the breakdown of specifics. And this is really the main reason why we say you have to be into scholarship, not lookership. Right? Looking at something and saying that's that, you can be all wrong. Looks can be deceiving. Like I have a video I did, and I was showing pictures of Egyptian kids and adults, just close up shots of just pictures of normal everyday citizens. And a lot of them had noses like mine. A lot of them. People want to act like they didn't see that video in front. Yeah, a lot of them had noses like mine. A lot of the kids, but they weren't nappy head. And then some were melanated. So it's like with the Olmec heads. And I had to show people that if you make a stone carving out of anyone with a nose that looks like mine, or slightly looks like me by my features, or with a nose like this, automatically in stone, people are going to automatically think black person. Just because the nose is flatter. You can't judge like that. That's what we call lookership. It's not scholarship. Who an awesome Jabugui must be pissed off that his dreams got shattered. Seems like. He's not commenting on the presentation. He best leave that alone. I mean, this video has a title. Do you have anything to say about the title of the video and the presentation, Awesome Jabugui? Forget me. Right? What about the information? Fuck Chief X. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Peace out.